Welcome everyone to Widows Wednesday. Hey, honey.
Hi.
So here we are. We are actually in Ireland, and I promised. Oh, hi. Irishman walked by with his dog. Look. That's fun.
They're very friendly.
They're very friendly.
Yeah. Yeah. Eh?
Hey, that's Canada, babe.
Eh? Oh, well, you know.
What is it? Irish? I don't know. We've heard so many Irish words, I can't even, begin.
Yeah. And it's amazing how, I think, oh my gosh, I'm speaking Gaelic or Irish or whatever it is. But,
We're learning different...
I'm not.
We're not.
No.
Not even close.
No, it's an Indiana,
We're being
England
made
form.
fun
New
of,
England form.
really, babe.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's funny. But anyways, we are in a place, we're in Northern Ireland. When this is filmed, this is October of 2018. And we're in a place here called Bush Mills. And it is gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
I'm just going to give you a little glimpse here.
Yeah.
This is actually where we're staying. This place is called the Folly. If you ever get here, oh my gosh, it's perfect. Perfect place. Can you hear the waterfall? There's a waterfall over there running. It's not a huge river, but it's got a nice little waterfall to it. Beautiful, beautiful. I've never seen greener grass ever. And we may crank this up a little bit. Sorry. So, a little housekeeping. Okay, so I was talking to my sister Trey, and she told me something that I thought was interesting to help maybe some widows. And a little tidbit of information. If you are a widow and you own a home, it's possible that your town where you live, your city where you live, may give you a break on your house taxes. So check that out. We were talking about a widow that she knows who went to the town, and instead of $1,000 taxes, it'd be $300.
Yeah.
It was dramatic. So just a little heads up there. Maybe it would help. I don't know for sure. You'll have to do a little research on it. Call the town or the city where you live. Say, hey, dudes. So, being in Ireland, honey, really, we have marveled at the incredible
just the landscape.
beauty.
The landscape is so amazing. The history is so amazing.
It's amazing.
We're in Northern Ireland, but we've spent most of the time in Belfast and shot down to Dublin.
Yep. 2 hours down to Dublin.
Yeah.
That was a trek. It's very busy in Dublin. It's very nice, but it's very busy.
Yeah.
But yesterday we decided, well, we're going to take a little trek up the coast with my cousins, and it is absolutely stunning. And we have a picture. I want to sort of try to show you if you can see it.
From cell phone to cell phone.
Yeah,
so.
check this out. This is on the
North Coast.
Yeah, the Antrim coast, I believe.
From the castle.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a shot from the castle. That's
from
right on
Dunluce
the coast.
Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it got me to thinking, I'm staring and looking at this incredible jetting out of all this land there, babe.
Yeah.
And it got my brain to thinking, God, you made all this.
Yeah.
And, Genesis 1:9, right? It says, and God said, let the waters under the heavens be gathered together in one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. It was so.
Yeah.
I see that land there and realizing what God's word says, and it was so. God said it, there it is. I'm looking at it in just amazement at how incredibly gorgeous it is. And you realize, or I have, honey, how tiny I am in the scope of all of this. And I can appreciate the fact that when God says something, He's going to do it. It's gonna happen. And, you know, his word says that he has a good plan for you. And I know that we, all widowers, we go back to that. Wait, how could my husband's death and my wife's death be part of the good plan, you know? But honestly, it just goes back to the trust, you know? Back to trust. God, I don't get it, but I'm going to trust you. I see what you've done. I see what you've created. God wants to bring good things into your life. And so, here's another puppy walking by, so cute.
No, we're in a park, but
We're
I
in
think
a little park.
I think one of the things that got us thinking about that was Giant's Causeway today. It's this spectacular park in Northern Ireland, where the rock formations are incredibly unusual. So much so that you have to look at them and think, how did this happen? All these stones are rectangular in formation, and they're almost lifted up from the ground symmetrically. And when you look at that, you think, how did this happen? So, of course, there was a fable invented, you know, to explain it.
Right.
Yeah. But
here's part of that.
yeah,
You can see how they are. They're all like little octagons. It's crazy.
yeah.
Crazy.
And so when you look at that, you know, you have to think, okay, did a giant really really come out of in anger, bang against the ground, and honestly create that? I mean, that's one explanation that they presented.
Right.
Right. And another one,
or
of
we were
course,
giggling because we
right.
said, oh, I can just hear God, hey, let's mess them up. Let's just make these things
right,
little octagons,
right,
and let's see what they come up with.
No, and Sue's like,
We're
yeah.
like-
Yeah, let's see what God's like. What are they
He's
going to
like,
come
oh,
up with?
it's a giant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't think it's a giant.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was just thinking, you know, I said, God, you know, you've done all these incredible things. We're witnessing them. And yeah, I want to trust you in my everyday. And I appreciate, you know, just being able to experience these things. But I want to just give you hope. You know, we want to give you hope. There is hope.
Yeah.
This is the awesome thing about God. Even though this dark thing has happened to you, you know, in your family and you know, God says, listen, hang on to me.
Yeah.
There's hope.
Yeah.
And today's Jesus calling. Honey,
Was it?
can you read my...
Yeah, I
chicken
could, but could I
scratch
say one thing? Oh, okay. Yesterday we were also, or several days ago, we were also in Belfast, home of the Titanic.
I'm wearing it on
Right?
my shirt. Look
Oh,
at
yeah.
this. Look
She's
at
got the
I have.
Titanic on.
Can
Yeah.
you see it? Okay. Oh, see my Titanic.
Yeah. Who's?
It's Celtic,
you have
all
a
that.
history there,
I
right?
do.
Yeah.
Both of my great grandfathers were worked on the Titanic.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were going crazy on that because I thought, the amount of things that we were connecting it to.
Yeah. Well, this
you know,
town
in
literally
life.
worked for untold years to produce this ship. The whole town, the resources that they used to build it it was an amazing architectural and, in that time, engineering feat. And they were in a race to build the biggest and the best and the fastest ship ever. It was a competition. And did they even make the comment that nothing can sink this ship? Yeah.
That's sad.
And so as the story went on, you know, we went through this interactive museum that showed us all of the intricacies of building it all the way up to its launch. And at the end, of course, you know, we know what happened. I think I made the comment to you, you know, we all have a Titanic moment. You know, we have had that Titanic moment in our lives.
Here's us, where we smash into this iceberg. And it's interesting with icebergs because icebergs only show a portion, you know, of of the iceberg, and the true mass of it is under the water. It's not seen.
Yeah.
And
They didn't see it coming.
They didn't see it coming.
It was under the cover of darkness, just like us.
just like us, we did not see it coming, and of course it's a shock. And there, you know, yeah, you're plunged into the iciness of now a different life.
Yeah.
And you know, we were just going on and on and on about the symbolism
Yeah.
between, you know,
Well, had they had a
the
better
death of your spouse,
right,
and
had they had a better guidance system, you know, they could have avoided the iceberg, but they didn't. They were
Yes.
in darkness, you know, when it happened. Not that we're in darkness when these things happen to us, but
it plunges you into darkness.
Yeah.
You know, they found the thing how many miles down? Like 12 miles down or some ridiculous
yeah.
thing. I mean, how
Yeah.
deep is that? Oh my gracious.
but there were survivors too, and that was
And
an
there were
encouraging thing.
survivors.
Yeah.
And guess what, you guys? You know what? We're survivors.
Yeah. That's right.
And we are going to keep going. We're
Yeah.
going to keep pressing on. We're going to do the thing that the Lord wants us to complete in our life.
Yeah.
You know, and I believe that's what God would have you also to
Yeah.
hang on to, you know, this Titanic moment. And
Yeah.
there's bugs up there.
Yeah.
This Titanic moment, and yeah, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay. Check out Jesus Calling today. I was like, are you kidding? This is a part of it. It says, you want to read it, Ben?
Which one?
The top part. I wrote it.
Jesus
chicken
calling
scratch.
today. I have lifted you out of the darkness into my marvelous light.
Yep.
Though I have
Brought
brought
many
many
pleasures.
into your life,
None of them
none of them
is essential.
is essential.
Receive my blessings.
My blessings with open hands.
With open
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah.
God wants to bless you, you guys.
Yeah.
James 1:17, every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. God doesn't change.
Yeah.
I said, Lord, I was thinking about those cliffs and all that. You know what? That was here before me. That was here before you. It'll be there long after we're gone.
Yeah.
You know?
And I know.
And God says he doesn't change.
Yeah.
He doesn't change.
Many have said it much better, but you know, we're in a spiritual warfare here, and there are these things that just happen to us that we never could conceive that would happen, honey.
No,
What about the
no.
accident with the van recently, where 18 to 20 people were lost?
Oh,
You were
yeah.
so affected by that.
Yeah, it's disturbing to see things that go on in the world that you're like, God,
In the
this
world
is so
wants the
awful.
world asks, why, God? If you're there, why do these things happen? You know?
Yeah.
Well, God didn't tell these men to build the Titanic. God didn't tell them to set out on that course through the icy waters, which, by the way, they had warning about. You know, but so sometimes we want to blame God in these circumstances,
Yeah.
and He's not the blame. He's our anchor.
He's our anchor. He's
He's
the
our
one
anchor.
that we need to be anchored to.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. And
Yeah.
so we just wanted to encourage your heart. You know what? No matter what your Titanic moment is, you can trust
Yeah.
the rock.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
The rock.
Yeah.
Amazing. The
Yeah.
rock of our salvation.
You know, your
Right
Uncle
there.
David comes to mind, too.
Uncle David.
Your Uncle David comes to mind. He's here in Ireland. He's a lovely man, and he has a wonderful saying, a P-O-R.
You are.
P-O-R. What does that mean, Ben?
Press on regardless.
Press on regardless.
You keep going.
Yep.
You keep going. So we just want to encourage you. And, you know,
It's been a beautiful trip.
I'm in awe, you know,
Yeah.
at looking at so much beauty. And
Yeah.
I just want to encourage you day by day, step by step. I've been hearing different things from different widows, little things that they're doing, you know, going to maybe the hairdresser or going out with friends. Like they don't go out anywhere. They kind of hermitize, and you know, and so it's a little step forward. You know what? Praise God. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Do not give up. Do not give up. That's the darkness. When you give up and you sink down.
15 seconds.
15 seconds. We gotta go. All right, you guys. So press on.
Press on regardless.
There's bugs. Okay.